Beer Man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How are you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful world? We are another episode, another show of. I'm saying this all wrong. Let me get my English right. We are currently doing another show of Beer and Cheese Tuesday. And I can't talk today. Never mind me. But we got Bumpy Road Brewery. We got Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. And we got Michael Komarov. Thank you guys for being here on the panel. And thank you, chat, very much. Thank you so much for being here. Mary and Butch. Thrash Life. Wow, that's cool. Is that coasters?
Yeah, granite coaster.
Oh, I like that. That was cool. Thrash Life, STD, Burley. All right, cool guys. That was really cool coaster. All right, let's go to this. We're gonna show our cheese and our beers. Let's begin.
All right. The beer. I think I might be saying the beer.
It's contagious.
The cheese that I'm doing tonight. This one is from Cypress Grove. It's called Purple Haze. This is a fresh goat milk cheese with lavender and fennel pollen. I haven't had this one yet. Beerman has had this before, so he was interested to see what I would think of it. So I haven't had it. I mean, lavender is a nice flower. We actually grow a lot of lavender plants here in New Hampshire, so they're very purple and pretty. I've never eaten one.
Me either. Couldn't tell you.
So that's going to be interesting. I'm doing a simple plate and fork. It's not even a fucking fork. It's a spoon.
Knifey spoon.
Freaking butter knife. A simple paper wax plate and a butter knife to serve this soft goat milk purple haze cheese with lavender and fennel seeds. The beer that I'm going to pair it with now, it's very important you look at that cover because the beer can itself, look at that. This blends up. This is like super 80s.
Cheers, Chadeo.
We've got some Hard Rain from Modest Man. And what this is a blackberry imperial sour at 8% ABV.
Nice.
So let me go ahead and pour this beer out. I started doing that whole Josh Abram thing last beer. And I did store these upside down in my fridge, but I just bought them today, so I don't think it made that much of a difference. And this isn't like a super heavy fruited sour either, so it's not gonna have a lot of chunks in it. I've had sours from Monster, and they're not like that thick fruity stuff. They're more like the Berliner Weiss type,
right?
As you can see.
Oh, I drink it.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, nice kind of pink purpley head, small bubbles. The color of the beer itself is a very murky. Yeah, you can't see through this. Very murky, deep purple.
Yeah, it's nice looking.
So I'm gonna release my cheese onto the plate, cut that up, and we'll get into what everything smells and tastes like. We'll come back around. Cheers.
All right. Cheers, Bumpy. Thank you. All right. We have Miscellaneous.
All right. Cheers, guys. Yeah, go ahead and start with the cheese, I guess. I don't have the wrapper because that thing's long gone. So yeah, I'm rocking the paper plate tonight too. Mine doesn't have wax on it. Yeah. Just a regular mild cheddar cheese. This yellow. So, yeah. And tonight we're going to be pairing it with the Voodoo Ranger, the Captain Dynamite IPA, 7.7% ABV. Yeah, this beer's on its last leg. It's dated for the 1st of August.
Thanks,
I had,
Billy.
I had one last night. It's not bad. Just not as fresh. So yeah. It's a little bit lighter in person. Almost a golden, slight orange color. About a 1 finger head. It's a little bit soapy, slightly rocky, but nice and fluffy. Yeah. Definitely got some yeasters in that one for sure.
Yikes.
Cheers.
Looks good. Yum, yum.
Tropical.
Yummy. All right, man. We're gonna thanks, buddy, man. Okay, Michael, your turn.
So I have sharp cheddar from Aldi, their store brand, which is Happy Farms. I have it on a regular plate, but whatever, same kind of deal. Sharper cheddar, so I guess it'll be a little bit different than the mild cheddar, maybe a little bit more flavorful. But
I think that's mild. I don't know. I don't
know how it'll combine with this or not. This is Spritzer Bomb from 6 Point, which is brewed in Brooklyn as well as 2 sites in Pennsylvania. It's 8% alcohol, 5 IBUs. And this one, according to the bottom, is best by September 23rd, so it should be all right. And I'm pouring it. Again, trying to avoid that typical Alex pour, although the head will become beer, so it's not like it's a problem. That is a pretty big head, though. So in the glass, it looks darker than it does on the camera. So I would say it's kind of like a light orange. Is that what it looks like on the camera? With real fluffy bubbles and a lot of carbonation coming up. And I'll have the full description when we come around again.
Right on. Cool. Thanks, Michael. All right, man.
I think those comments are because Michael's room's usually darker.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Sorry,
Chadeo.
I was late. Yeah, power went out at work and shit hit the fan, but I'm here. Yay!
Yeah.
Today I am bringing Murray's Parmigiano Reggiano. I probably pronounced that incorrectly, but it sounded pretty interesting, and I already cut it up. So that's what she looks like.
Reggiano.
Oh, fancy. Such a fancy cheese. You know what? I bought the fancy beer as well. I brought the Bud Light. Oh,
All right, man.
Crack the Bud Light open. You pour it in your alumni glass, like so. Oh, fancy. Look at that. Oh, good little pour right there. Cheers.
What's the ABV on that?
Like 4.2. I'll confirm it. I think it's 4.2. Yep, 4.2.
Okay.
Such a strong beer for us.
I've seen that beer before, I think.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty hard to find, but hopefully you can get yourself a 6-pack or a 30-pack. Cheers, beer man.
Cheers, man. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. It's my turn. All right. So I'll start with the cheese, I guess, first. Is that what everyone's doing? I got a bourbon Gouda, Hickory smoked bourbon Gouda. It's actually from East Coast there up by New Hampshire, I think. I don't know. It's 130 calories per 1 ounce slice. 130 calories. All right. Whoa.
What was the where was the cheese from?
Red apple cheese. Red apple cheese.
We have a lot of red apple cheese. I don't know if it's right from here in New Hampshire or not, but we do have a lot
Bourbon
of
Gouda. That sounds good.
It smells really good. It's real smoke, like a nice subtle, like floral smoky kind of. There's like a floral in it. No, more of a nutty. I thought I was getting floral at first. Smoky though. It's got like kind of a. I don't really get like bourbon or anything. Well, I'll get into that. But that's the cheese. And then I'm gonna pair it with Clever is Enough. It's a spelt wine, 12.9%, and it's got this crazy ass dip.
Oh, that's that. Oh, I remember when you said you got that.
Oh yeah. I was trying to hold on to it, but I figured it'd be good with this cheese. I don't because it is barrel aged in bourbon barrels as well, and it's a collaboration with Urban Roots out of Portland and Breakside Brewing out of Breakside out of Portland, Urban Roots out of Sacramento, California. Aged in bourbon barrels. Yeah, it's just a real simple label. Oh, wrong one. Oh, it smells very bourbon forward. Wow. This would even be able to go on Sunday nights. So a nice dark brown. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, just a nice subtle brown. More of like a lighter brown. It's got like that caramel look to it. It's got barely a head, actually. Not a nice head. It's very loose and light and lifty. Smells. Oh, dude, it smells really bourbon barreled. It's really strong, sweet, caramely. I can't wait to get into this. All right. Well, cool. Let's get back to, if you're ready, we'll go back to Bumpy. All right.
All right. Well, let's get it on with the cheese. Cypress Grove, Purple Haze, Lavender, and Fennel Seed. When you plop it out on the plate and it gets really bright, it doesn't look like anything. But it kind of looks a bit like a really, really white tuna, maybe. It's just this blob of really white, almost look crab cake. That's what I was thinking of, an uncooked crab cake. But yeah, kind of yeah. It just kind of has this. It's not solid at all. It's very cream cheesy like. The aromas on it. So you do get like this floral lavender type smell. There is a lot of that fennel type aroma. It's kind of this earthy garlic type aroma almost. It's just got this kind of various spice thing going for it, but garlic is kind of the first thing that kind of comes to mind. But it's not super garlicky. It's like a mixture of a few things that you might find in your spice cabinet. Fennel. I know that fennel is used for if you have like a maple beer, they'll use fennel sometimes in those maple beers to enhance the maple flavor. For some reason, I don't know, the weird things that chemicals do within various things that enhance other aromas and flavors, but yeah, this doesn't smell like maple to me, but it can enhance that. It can also enhance other notes if you use it on the other side of things. But fennel itself seems to be like an herbal spice rack with maybe some hints of garlic.
Yeah, they usually put in like Italian sausage.
Yeah, it smells like
you
some
roast it
Italian
off. That shit's banging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and. I'm not really smelling the cheese itself. I'm not getting a funk note or anything like that. It's very potent with the additives, or the extras. We'll call them the extras. All right, let's slide some onto the palate. Wow. Hmm. Yes. Tiptoeing through the tulips, you get some of that kind of floral note going on. This is very reminiscent of a walk through the field. It is very herbal, earthy tone, spicy. The lavender's there. For sure. I've definitely smelled lavenders. Like I said, they kind of rampant throughout New Hampshire. You see them all over the place on the highway, everything. Very beautiful purple flowers. Actually, I think I have some lavenders growing right out front. We didn't even plant lavenders. They just pollinate. I don't know how the hell it happens, but it's got a lot of that kind of fennel type flavor. It's kind of that, I don't know if it's like Italian or Greek type spices. But it is kind of that lower kind of earthy tone flavor to me. This is a very strange goat milk cheese, because a lot of times I get brought to funky land, a lot of times you get that kind of fruit, or you get the sweet with the honey and stuff like that. And it's a very different animal with this purple haze. It's very kind of earthy toned. It does have a bit of a pH balance thing where it does have a little bit of a tartness, but it's not as tart as like when they're fruity or really, really sweet. Kind of get that sweet tart thing. This is just earthy, floral, semi-tart. Interesting cheese. It does it really hits you. I think there's a saltiness to it as well, which I don't think I've had a lot of saltiness. I think that might be coming from the fennel. I don't really know. I haven't just eaten straight fennel ever. I hear that it can make your man boobs really big and voluptuous, though. If you eat enough of it. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Not at all what I would be expecting if I was looking at a goat cheese, though. From what I've had experience from goat cheese, even plain goat cheese is more tart than this is. This is just it's an interesting cheese. I'll have to figure out a score for it. It's not bad at all, though. I can tell you that. The beer, Hard Rain from Modest Man. Yeah, you're getting the berry action. You're getting some berry action off of it. You get the sour type tart notes. It doesn't smell like bread. It's not like a sour bread type thing going on or anything like that. It's very berry forward tart aroma. All right. Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
This one has like a medium body feel to it. Low medium carbonation. Semi-drying on the palate. It's not super drying to the palate, just a semi-dryingness. Really doesn't seem that it doesn't seem very sour at all. I think there is a kind of sweetness from that berry note, that blackberry. So a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of that kind of berry bite that you might get, from certain berries if you eat them fresh off the bush. Sometimes they do have kind of a little bit of a sour bite or a tart bite. Tart's probably more of a better word than sour at this point. It's going from some more just so maybe the cheese is coating my palate at this point too. Slight bit of breadiness out of the malt on that swig there. The berry notes do come through. It's got that kind of berry, slight hint of a berry sweetness up front. Goes to that tartness. There's this kind of strange mixture between like the malt, like I said, this kind of this berry maltness. Then you get that kind of berry note. It almost seems like it's more bitter on the back of the tongue going down the throat. Once again, not really going sour to me. It's just this tart, and then it kind of has this bitterness to it. So I'm definitely going to drink on this beer more before I come up with a score, just to see if anything kind of changes for me versus what I'm saying right now, because it probably doesn't sound too pleasant. But let's do a little mixture here. Beer than this. Yeah, let's do both just to get the best of both worlds when you're pairing. Why not?
Cheezers.
Cheers.
Oh. All right, so doing that way, what initially happened was that bitter edge on that back end spiked. As soon as I put this cheese in my mouth afterwards, that bitterness spiked on the back of my palate. It wasn't pleasant. But then I do start to get that kind of, we'll call it like an Italian spice rack, lavender, flower, floral, and earthy type tone started to kind of take over. And then the kind of bitterness came back from the beer. So it didn't quite work super well that way. So let's put a little bit of cheese, very little bit. Yeah, not. It kind of just made everything lackluster at that point. I'm going to continue to experiment because this is an odd pairing at this point.
Right.
I'm going to just experiment off to the side.
Very interesting. Yeah, cool. That was good. That was fun to see. All right. Thanks, man. Here's Miscellaneous.
All right. Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll start with the cheese. Got just your everyday average mild cheddar. Really not. It's been sitting out for a minute, so it's really not too much on the smell. You just get just a slight buttery, salty, almost. It's almost got like a tangy type of smell to it. I'm not gonna indulge in the cheese yet. I'm gonna get into this beer. The Captain Dynamite IPA. Cheers, J-Dub. So yeah, on the nose, I'm getting like tropical, almost like a mango, pineapple maybe. A little bit bready, a little bit yeasty. Yeah, a little bit of floral. It doesn't smell too bitter, too hoppy. Maybe just a touch. All right. Yeah, it smells pretty good. Got some head retention still. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers works better when you're unmuted. Cheers.
Yeah. It does.
All right. Ooh. All right. Yeah, so definitely up front, you get a little bit of some tropical notes. It is almost like a mango. Like I said, this beer is pushing it. It's on its way out for sure. After you get through that light, sweet tropical, you get it's almost like a little bit piney resinous type of kick to it. Pretty dry finish. Slight bitter, not too heavy on the bitter. I'd say it's a little bit more on the resinous side than the piney side. But overall, not bad. Got about a medium mouthfeel to it. 7.7%. I think it's right in the slot there. So, yeah. Oh, goddamn, there's a fly in here. Anyways, so yeah, beer's not too shabby for being past its peak on August 1st. Let's go ahead and try the cheese.
Cheesers.
So yeah, a nice salty, buttery, creamy richness. Definitely a mild cheddar. I didn't know.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Had to taste it to find out because I didn't know if it was extra sharp or mild because I didn't have the wrapper. It was just in a Tupperware in the fridge. But yeah, it's got a nice tang to it, nice and mellow. Definitely good table cheese. What's there really much to talk about? It's mild cheddar. So we'll go ahead and pair it with this IPA and see what happens. Cheesers.
Cheesers. Yeah.
Piney resonance gone. Stripped that completely out of it. Brought a little bit more sweetness on the front. Gave it a little bit more like a floral hoppiness, but like a fresh hop kind of flavor there. It's not bad. I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't know which way this was going to go with such a basic cheese, but yeah, it's not too shabby. I'm going to munch a little bit more. Half a beer to go. That's not going to last long. So, cheers. Thanks for having me. This is good. Interesting for sure.
Right
How
on,
it
man. Yeah.
dials back that piney resonance and brings a little bit more sweetness on the front.
All right.
Nice. Thank you, man. Well, cheers. We got Michael next.
Okay, I did not mention before that this double IPA is made with Sauvignon grape juice as well. So that's going to be
that's right.
in the taste. So I will take a little taste of the cheese that I have here. And mine is sharp cheddar, so it's probably a little different than Miscellaneous, but similar. Tasting that first. Normal cheddar cheese, nothing exceptional about it. But the beer, the head has declined, but you're still getting good head retention, and you're getting nice lacing on the side. You're still getting that the carbonation bubbles coming up. Let me get a nose on it. You're getting tartness in the nose. You can smell the grape. You're getting some like tropical guava notes in the nose as well. Oh, give it a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Michael.
Okay, the taste, it's interesting. The first thing you get, it really is dry. So it dries your mouth out, but it does make you want to take another sip. There's a little bit of like doughiness in the taste as well. And you can take it. It's interesting how you're getting the grape kind of feel in this, but it's not in your face. It's more of like background, but it is there. And it's almost like you're getting the skin of the grape. You're not getting the grape itself. You're getting the skin. So the 8% alcohol is well hidden, which I guess is a good thing for double IPA.
That was an interesting beer. I remember that at least when I had it.
But I do like it. Now, if you don't like an IPA that dries out, and I know there probably are people who don't, I would stay away from this because that seems like it's one of its main characteristics, that it's very drying. But I don't mind that, and goes down pretty easy. You get a little bit, you even get more dryness in the finish, but just the fact that it does go down pretty easy. This could be a dangerous beer because you wouldn't notice the 8% at all. Let me pair it with the cheese and see what I think. It's interesting. The cheese is tamping down the dryness somehow. If you understand what I mean, it's kind of funny almost. Still dry, but it just has an effect on it where it's not as dry. So that when you're eating the cheese and drinking the beer together, it's almost like some of that dryness is not as in your face. So I guess this would be a really good combination for any IPA that has that kind of dryness, I guess, caused by a fruit. Because I think the dryness is coming from the Sauvignon grapes. So if it has that kind of fruit dryness, cheddar cheese, a sharper cheddar is probably a good pairing. I really do like 6 Points beers, and I think they do take chances with some of these additives in the beer, trying different things, and some of them are good, some of them not so good. This one happens to be a very good one, and I'm happy with it, and I'll keep mulling over it until we come around to our scoring.
Nice. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, we got Chadeo next. Thank you, Michael.
I just about lost all my cheese because of stupid Lucy or stupid Stella. She thought her butt could fit right here, and this thing just went like that. So I'm just like kind of regaining myself real quick. All right. Well, the appearance. What?
If you had your cheese staying there where Stella lays all the time, you're like fermenting the cheese.
I don't want to ferment the cheese with what she's bringing.
Come under the cheese.
So, as you can see, nice looking cheese right there. Look at those, the crystals on that like light yellow cheese. It's just very crystallized. I've had this cheese in my fridge for a while, but yeah, I figured, you know what? Got extra Bud Light around. Might as well pair them together. So, first with the cheese, let's check the aroma. Smells like an Italian countryside. I envision dairy cows roaming through a vineyard with their bells chiming across the landscape. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. But I mean, that's my poem of the day. I can't compete with Beer Man, but I tried. The awkward side. Yeah, you're good. All right. Give it a taste. Got a nice creaminess to it. A little bit of toastiness to it. It's interesting. And the crunch, the crystals are just crunchy. That gives it an extra layer of just that texture with the crunchiness, with the creaminess. That's really, really good. I kind of like this cheese. Now for, whatever. It's just, college beer. Let's drink that college beer. Got that Bud Light. Appearance, light yellow. Effervescence are still going in it pretty strongly. Had a little bit of head, but it's gone now. There it is. Check the smell. Getting the malted barley, rice, hops. Just smells cheap. Cheap as heck. Cheers. Let's give her a taste.
Cheers.
Hopefully I don't die.
It'll be all right. It's just the corn.
Just the corn. Yeah. Follows the nose into a sweet finish, but a very light mouthfeel. It just gone in the water. So not a whole lot there. Now, for the reason we are here, drumroll, cheese, beer.
Heel. Cheesers.
Yeah, dude. If there's any cheese that's gonna work with that, it's probably that.
Kind of. The cheese overpowers it a little bit, but they do interact. Getting the barley stays there pretty true. The saltiness from the cheese kind of adds to it a little bit. I thought it would be different. I don't know what I expected from this one. I didn't expect much. It's different. I don't know if it's great. I'll have to keep trying it a little bit more before I give a score. But yeah, I'll give it a few more bites and sips. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. All right. um, so we got. Is everyone doing their beers or cheeses first? I forgot.
Whatever you want, I think. I don't know.
I think
Guess it
I
doesn't
showed
matter.
I showed my cheese because I had a basic cheese, not much to talk about. But then I went to the beer first.
Let's go. I guess I'll do the beer first. Yeah, let's do the beer first. So clever is enough. Yeah, a spelt wine. I don't know what spelt tastes like. I've never had that malted grain, or never had it in my mouth before. So, smelling it, I straight up bourbon barrel, like bourbon whiskey, like just like that bourbon hard liquor kind of smell. Bourbon's like what, more corn. I think it's like more instead of like barley. I think it's toffee caramel, toffees and caramels, real rich, sweet, sugary sweetness to it. It's got I mean, it has some roasted malts in there as well, little brown bread maybe. All right, getting into the look again. It's dropping some legs and sticking some a little bit of lacing on there. Head retention. I mean, it's keeping a nice little fuzz around the top, so that's nice. It's not the greatest retention, but has a little swirly swoo on the top. It's kind of like I was saying before, like a dark caramel looking kind of look at the bottom, and then it goes into a dark brown, Tootsie Roll brown kind of look. But it's got a very slow rising bubble, medium slow. It looks thick. It smells thick. Let's get into it. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
I actually asked somebody about that style of beer, and they said it's like a barley wine. They just use a different thing to brew it with. Similar.
Yeah. It's got an orange citrus. It's smooth. It's served right now probably 55, 60 even degrees. It's pretty warm. It's smooth. It's very heaty on the sinuses. It does have that 12.9's really showing. It does taste like wine, like a beer wine, like, yes, a barley wine. I was just getting at like the thickness of like how wine is. It has that same kind of like feel. It's very like kind of dry, and it's very dry in the finish though. So that sweetness, the cloying is there, but it goes away. The cloy is also it also has like this like caramel toffee. I want to say like a little tobacco, or yeah, like a tobacco leaf. Orange is also the citrus in this, I think. That's what I'm getting. It's sweet, but it's dry. The alcohol in it dries it off very quick, I think. It kind of has a bittering in the back. It kind of rolls back into this just crazy bittering dryness. So it doesn't like make you, the cloying thing about it doesn't really bother you so much. It's pretty nice. It's warming. It's a good winter warmer for sure. Very nice beer. I don't taste anything really different in the spelt to barley or anything else that might have been used. I'm sure they used barley maybe in it too. I don't know. So this and the bourbon barrels, that whiskey, the liquor part of it is really nice. That bourbon, the barrel-esque kind of feel is really nice. So this is also a bourbon barrel-esque hickory smoked Gouda. It's a breakable cheese. It is like kind of flimsy. It has a little bit of like some shit on the side. It's not wax, so it's more like just the aging of it.
Yeah.
Outer skin of it, yeah. Edible.
They
So-
probably smoke too.
Smoke, yeah, definitely has it's the smoking, definitely. Yeah, it's got to be like the rind or whatever from the smoke, the cooking of that or whatever. It smells really. It's got a subtle hickory like smokiness to it, like a very subtle smoke of hickory in there, and I don't get any bourbon or anything. Maybe I'll taste it, but it doesn't. I get kind of a saltiness in the smell as well, kind of a butteriness. Yeah, let's taste it. Cheers.
Jesus.
Cheersers.
Chorizo shires.
Cheerios. This is
Cheerios.
yeah, it's buttery, it's soft, it's smooth and smothering. It just pastes itself to your palate and your tongue. It actually lifts off of your tongue. It doesn't stick. It's dry. Sorry to show my chewing. Yeah, it's weird. I'm getting a little like a banana flavor or something. Like bourbon, there's the bourbon kind of comes through or something. That's weird. I don't know if the banana is what I'm tasting in the bourbon, or I don't have no idea, but
I know
it has a subtle saltiness. What's that?
some of those cheeses like that Bellavitano, that bourbon barrel one and stuff like that. They always like bring up a note. It's like almost like they say butterscotch is usually one that comes up.
Butterscotch. Thank you. I'm getting butterscotch.
I don't know if that's what. Yeah, I know that's. I've had it. Whiskey Scout had it, and it was kind of like he was the one who brought it to light when we asked him. He's like, "What do you get butterscotch notes with the bourbon?" And he's like, "You do in some." So that was a cool thing. I don't know. Picked it out.
Butterscotch and banana. Butterscotch and banana are dominant in this with that salty, buttery flavor as well. And there's like some toffee in this as well. It's got a nice salty, like it's not really sweet. It's kind of salty, but not so much as to where it's like you got to put it down. It's real nice. Let's taste it with the beer.
Cheers.
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 It's really dry chewing.
Yeah.
Saltiness goes away. The sweetness from the beer and the bourbon from the beer, the bourbon barrel, the bourbon liquor, whatever's going on in here, is throwing itself with the banana and the toffees, the butterscotch, anything that's coming out of that cheese. It's all kind of melding into each other. But that saltness goes away, and you get more of a sweetness. You get more of like a buttery feel, a diacetyl. You get kind of it just seems like it was made for each other in a way. I think it's a great cheese pair. I mean, maybe it's the fact that both have bourbon in them. I mean, in their structure, in their way, in their aging. It's good though. It's really good. Hold on, real quick. While I'm up here, we got some time.
That's good, dude. Robust beer with a robust cheese, and they don't overtake each other.
Banana is big, and the butterscotch, man. Now that you said that, yep, that's crazy. Yeah, robust with robust. It makes this easier to drink. It's more palatable. I can take it alone. It's more aside. It's like really strong. Yeah, it's like sipper. Very good. I got my ideas. Got my thoughts. Let's go ahead and let's go to Bumpy if he's ready. And
I'm ready.
all right. Cool.
I was chatting in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Chat.
All right, if there's one thing that's true about goat cheese and sour beers, it will make you phlegmy. Phlegmy. PHLEMEY. Phlegmy. Yeah. Let's start with the beer first because a little disappointed in this one. Hard rain from Modest Man Brewing Company out of Keene, New Hampshire. Tasting notes says deep purple hue for sure. You got that right on the coloration. It's not a tasting note, but whatever. Overripe jammy berries. Overripe.
Overripe.
It's overripe because I got that kind of weird bitterness and tartness, which I would think would come from an underripened berry. Yeah, I think overripened, you kind of start to get kind of some more of the sweeter notes. I think this one was more on the bitter and
More,
tart side. So to me, I think it was more underripened. But who am I to say? Intense aromatics. Not really. It's this one is it's in the world of sours that have fruits added to them. This one is not one I would seek out. Uh, I think it's still a decent drinker. It's not disgusting, but it does kind of have that kind of bittering finish to it, which is kind of odd. And overall, it's not that like it's not that fun to drink. Really, it's just it's drinkable. It's 8%. I'm not getting an 8% alcohol flavor out of it. It's got some blackberry or berry notes. I mean, I couldn't really depict if it was a blackberry or not, but I'm gonna give it an 89 out of 100 for the brew. This cheese is interesting. I like this cheese. It is a different goat cheese than what I'm used to, for sure. I mean, if you're trying to steer people in the direction of getting goat cheese, like, hey, you got to try some goat cheese. I don't, just based off the amount of different goat cheeses I've had, this is not the goat cheese I would point them to start off with. Although this one is good, it's different. It's not the same, so it's a conundrum. This cheese, like I can see. I mean, this is good enough to like eat on itself. I could spread this on Ritz crackers. I'd be very happy. So it's an alone cheese with decent flavors. I like umami. I like mushrooms. I like flavor profiles kind of in that category. So this cheese strikes me as very good. People that don't like mushroomy type stuff or anything in that factor, if you're more of a sweet tooth, then maybe steer clear of this one. But to me, this one has really good flavors. It's good on its own. I could definitely spread it on like some Ritz crackers that can get that buttery feel from the Ritz crackers. I could see this being if you had like a hot pastrami sandwich, instead of adding like mustard and stuff to your hot pastrami, so you have like the rye bread and all that stuff, which is all earthy. It's still kind of earthy and spicy tone. Instead of adding like that mustard or brown mustard, whatever you add to your pastrami hot sandwich, or no mustard at all, cheese, this would be the cheese to put on there. I think that this would really go well with like a hot pastrami sandwich. It's like excellent. It's just that's kind of the flavor notes I get out of it. It just seems to match up. It kind of has that saltiness. It has that kind of earthy tone type thing going on with it. It has that lavender, that kind of all those spices. Either they're Italian, Greek type, but it's like a spice pantry, spice cabinet type thing going on. It's not too funky. It does have a little bit of a tartness, being a goat cheese, but it's not like we've had some pretty damn like woo. This thing's like barnyardy, funky weirdness goat cheese. This does not do that. This Cypress Grove Purple Haze. It's so different. It's so different from many goat cheeses that I've had. I like it. I like it a lot, though. It does fit into my flavor profile as to what I like really enjoy. I would tell you right now, before giving a score to the cheese, this pairing that I did, because I was basing it off of other goat cheeses that I've had, because I've never had a goat cheese like this one. This pairing did not match up. This is not something you want to match up with a fruity sour beer. This would more match up with like a Scotch ale. Like if you had like something from Scotch ale or wee heavy. I think this cheese would go better with that. It's just so different, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 97 out of 100 for the cheese.
Awesome, man.
It's
Oh,
different,
yeah.
but I'm gonna definitely say that my
Good
pairing
ass. That's a good score.
did not match up at all. Don't pair this cheese with any type of fruited type beer. No,
You think it was the bitterness in your beer that threw it off, or just didn't work?
maybe. I mean, there was that too, but it was just, yeah. There's no real fruitiness or weird funkiness. There's not enough funkiness to the cheese to kind of pair with a funkiness. This cheese is kind of earthbound and so that's why I think Scotch ale would work, because you're kind of gonna get a little bit of a little bit of sweetness on the other, because you're kind of doing opposites almost at that time. But it's the sweetness, but they have a lot of like those burnt earth, caramel toffee type notes coming out of like a Scotch type ale that I think would match well with the kind of herbaceous spice rack and lavender and that floral type thing coming out of this cheese, and it doesn't go too funky. So that's why I think that this would match up differently with a beer like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, really good cheese. Beer is if you want to pick it up, but I wouldn't recommend it. And don't do this cheese with thinking that it's going to be like some other goat cheese, because it's definitely not.
Whole different engine.
It's different. It's very different.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Good advice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Can you eat my cheese?
I got a Miscellaneous on a bad
A
moment.
whole new beer. Look at that.
Yeah, Colt 45, the high gravity. All right, so for the Captain Dynamite, I'm not going to score this beer off of this can alone, because I've had this one. It's fresh, and this one is not. It's not peaking. It's on its way out, like I said before. It's good. It's got a nice tropical notes up front. Little, like I said, you get that piney resinous. It's not overbearing. Very, very mild bitterness to it. It's got a good body. 7.7%. That's pretty good. Right in the range there. Not imperial, but not a 6% IPA. You know what I mean? So, with all that said, it's been a while since I've had this fresh too. I think they came out with 2 batches of this, and this is the second batch on the it's due side. So I can't remember, honestly. I've had so many beers since then. So I feel comfortable putting this at a 90. If I had it fresh again, it could possibly get a better score. Most definitely. Not as good as that. What is it? That YK2. I like that one.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Y2K, yeah.
Mhm.
And
So,
something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And then I just had a regular Publix brand, whatever your grocery store is, mild cheddar. It's good. It's mild cheddar. You can't go wrong. Definitely good table cheese, charcuterie board cheese. Good for cooking macaroni and cheese, grilled cheese, regular sandwiches. You can't go wrong. God, I really gotta score mild cheddar. I don't know. We'll go. Let's say I'm sure there's better mild cheddars out there than just a regular grocery store brand. So I'll stick it at a 95 for that. Pairing was good. Like I said, I liked how that mild cheddar, it brightened it up. That little bit of that sweetness that worked with the tropical fruits brought down that piney resinous bitter finish. It did make the finish a little bit less dry, similar to what Michael was saying. I think overall it worked. It was a good pairing. Like I said, I wish the beer was a little bit more fresh, but I'll stick it at a 93. They go together. I think if the beer was more fresh, and paired it with the same cheese, probably would have got a little bit higher score, but I'm just rolling with what I have off the cuff at the moment. So, yeah, that's it.
Nice.
You doing shout outs and everything now?
I will wait. Yeah, let's go through it real quick.
Fine.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Cheers. And cheers to Colt 45. Fuck
Cheers.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Chadeo.
Komarov, I thought.
Oh, Komarov. I mean,
Yeah.
shit. Sorry,
I
Michael.
got
No
JOBs. I'm sorry.
Anyway, as far as the spritzer rum goes, when Beer Man was talking about the banana, you get a little bit of banana ester on the finish. So it's not sweet banana. It's more of that banana ester that you get in beer sometimes. So it has that as well. I'm going to give the beer a 94. It's an A beer for sure. And like I said, I like 6 Point a lot. They take chances. They mix stuff up and make it interesting. And they have a lot of different varieties of IPAs, which I like. So I'm going to give that a 94. The cheese, like Miscellaneous, is just a store brand, but it's a good sharp cheddar, and it can be used, like you say, in all those different things, just like his can. And I'm going to give it a 93. So together, it did kill the dryness a little bit, which I like. So together, I am going to give it a 93.
Nice.
But
Good.
good combination. And I think sharp cheddar is a good cheese to pair with a lot of different styles because it doesn't.
It goes
a
great
lot
with
of
like
weight.
chocolate stouts and stuff, dude. Chocolatey stouts and things like that.
Yeah, I love the sharp cheddar.
Good accompanying taste for a lot of different beer styles.
Right.
But cheers, everybody.
Awesome. Cheers, man. Thank you. All right, so now we got Chadeo.
Hey, we're gonna start with the cheese. Yeah, it's almost gone. I mean,
You didn't eat all that cheese, did you?
no, I saved some because this cheese. The whole time I was eating, I'm like, Alfredo, fettuccine Alfredo. I kept thinking fettuccine Alfredo. So I'm gonna grate this up on some fettuccine Alfredo. That's what I have left. I really like this cheese for what it is. I wasn't expecting to actually like this cheese. It's a 95. Very good cheese. If you find I can't even say it, Parmigiano Reggiano, something like that. If you see cheese like that at your grocery store, pick it up, grate it up, throw it on some fettuccine with Alfredo sauce, maybe some cut chicken in there too. I think it would be phenomenal with that. So yeah, 95 for that. The beer, it's your average everyday drinking beer. 85. It's decent. I've gotten pretty drunk on this beer in the last few weeks, pretty consistently. So it's an 85. The more I drink it, the more I'm like, but it's not so bad. It has its purpose. It's a pretty good purpose. Combined, not the best, not the worst. It's a 88 to B plus. I thought it went together pretty okay. Some of the, interactions they had together were more interesting than I thought they would be. Like I was at work today, like I don't think this beer and cheese are going to go together well, and it actually worked out decently. So 88 for that.
Good.
All right.
You know what else that might be good on if you grate it over like a Caesar, like chicken Caesar.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll have to pick up more
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Chadeo.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
man. All right, so the beer is very strong, very sipper. It's a sipper. It's very hard to drink, actually. It's hard to drink because it's so strong. The flavors are okay. Their flavors are actually awesome. It's got like a thing to it that's making it very. I'm puckering up. I'm like, yeah. Every time I take, it's like taking a shot.
Getting warm
every time. Yeah. It starts heating up, and all the flavors start getting wild. But yeah, the toffee, the butterscotch, yes. Orange, I was saying orange definitely. I'm not going to go over it again, but it's just a very good beer. And it dried off very nicely in the back. So that was good. That was a good bonus on my behalf. I mean, I like that. I like it when it's sweet and then fucking dries off. It lets you taste all that crazy, like a roller coaster, and then it's gone. So I like that. Not the greatest head, but that's acceptable. It's a higher ABV, 12.9. I'm gonna give this a 92 out of 100. 92 out of 100. The cheese was nice and buttery. Also had the same flavors. Also very robust, like the beer. like Miscellaneous was saying. Also has that butterscotch, but it also has the banana feel to it. The banana is just like really nice in that cheese. I don't know what it is. And it's creamy, and it's the right saltiness, and it has like a really nice barrel forward kind of taste to it. You can taste like the aging in it, and it's nice. It's a pleasant cheese. I'll give this a 96 out of 100. I think it was excellent. The beer with the cheese went together quite well. It took a lot of the sweetness and the ness from the beer away. The cheese kind of helped take out a lot of the things that were really dominating and gross. Not gross to a level to where you can't drink it. Just whoa, like too much. It just kind of like took that away and made it taste very good. I'm gonna give it a 95 for the pairing. I thought it was a very good. If you can find a bourbon cheese with the bourbon beer, I think it would go very well, especially a Gouda. It also has like a buttery nuttiness. I really like that in the cheese. That's really nice. So let's go to the big panel, this panel, I mean, and I think it was Bumpy. There we go, perfect. Or no,
Big panel.
there we go. All right, go ahead and shout your guys out. Shout your stuff. Shout your stuff. Ah.
All right. It's not a piece of my tooth I'm chewing on. Cool.
Oh man.
Big panel.
Or this panel. The spread out panel. Damn it.
Shout outs. Let's just start with the calendar. Sunday. After Dark Beers, bring dark beer. Dark beers are beers that are dark based off the malt profile, not based off of adjunct type stuff like purees and things like that. So fruited sours like this would reach the SRM level pretty much, but it's a fruited sour. It's not going to make dark beer. Bring something that's dark based off malt profile. That's a show on my channel. Bumpy Road Brewery, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the start of the show. Everybody's welcome on panel as long as you bring a dark beer that qualifies, and there's enough room for you as well, because using StreamYard you only can allot room for 10, so there's that issue. Haven't really run across that much lately though. So Multi Monday, that's coming up after Sunday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do not know what Multi Monday is going to be yet. There is a poll out there right now. You can find that poll for August 2nd on Bearman on his channel. With the community page that he has, you can find the poll there. You can also find the poll in the last Multi Monday video, which we just did, which was Wild Ales.
Dropped it in the chat there. If anybody
It's in
wants
the chat as well. In the chat, you can click right there. So we have 4 different. Those that don't know, there's 4 different beer styles to choose from that have yet to make it onto a Multi Monday. We're going through every single beer style there is. There's. I gotta do the air quote thing because there's just some styles that there is a style for it, but we're never gonna see it here. Ever in the United States, because it's like there's stuff out there in like Iraq that's like only in their niche little area.
Anybody's going on vacation, let us know.
Yeah,
we need some stuff.
Yeah, so there's some styles that we're never gonna do, but we're trying to go through the whole like BJCP type style guideline. Using a lot of Bear Advocate stuff as of recently, just because it kind of breaks it down easier than what BJCP does. And you get more up-to-date stuff too through Bear Advocate. Plus, they give you a whole listing of everything. And I do that when we figure out kind of what style is going to be the next style, which the polling ends this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. I will make a video. I'll put it out on Thursday, just saying what the style is that won. That's going to be on the next Multi Monday, and in the description of that video will be a link, hopefully, if there is a listing from Beer Advocate that will bring you to a whole mess of beers that are put out from breweries within that style. So if you're thinking, oh, I can't find that style because maybe you've only heard of a few beers that are within that style, well, you'll be surprised. There's usually over 1,000 or so different beers that fall into these styles that we've been coming up with to put out. So let's see what the next Multi Monday is going to be, and hope to see you all there.
Nice.
New video coming out tomorrow for my 50-point inspection.
Nice.
Toppling Goliath is the brewery that it's going to be on. So
Very nice, man.
little.
Kaboom.
All right. It is. Yo,
All right. Did a quick live stream earlier just before the show. Give you a nice shout out. Had a little. The second half of my Craft Shack haul came in. If you're interested in what kind of beers I got a bunch of stuff that I don't get distro on, and you can go check that out. Working on another beer haul, an epic one. It's gonna be a pretty large case of beer. Get the bell on. You'll see it. It's gonna be quite the array selection of beers. Other than that, I'm gonna be dropping some more just miscellaneous brewery reviews. You can catch me on Instagram, same handle. Shout outs. We're gonna talk what is it? Chugs. Go to Chugs' channel. First Wednesday of the month is coming up, and we're gonna go play What's the ABV? It's just a quick. It's a little game show. It gives you a description of the beer, style, and guess the ABV. So a bunch of us go join that. It's not for blood yet, but could be.
Bro, we're getting there.
Other than that, I'll shout out Thomas Metal 75, Massachusetts beer reviews. Wildcard Wednesday is usually 7:30 Eastern Standard Time a.m. on Wednesday. Alex the Beer Master Food Friday is bagel sandwiches with any beer. That's going to be hosted on his channel at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday. I think that's about the gist of it. Everybody else, I think, can cover everything else. So cheers. Thanks for having me. And stay safe.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Stay sober.
Stay sober. Don't drink and drive, man.
It's my Friday. I ain't doing that.
There you go.
Sunday morning is Stout Sunday on John and Illy's channel, and hopefully he'll be back this week to do it again. Get a good night's sleep on Saturday night. He'll feel better, and everything will be fine. That's 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's about it. And I'll try to at least, like I say, make one between Multi Monday and this cheese show each week, at least through the summer. And then maybe we get back into the fall after the Beach Club is over. I can come back and do more things, both with you guys and with Wednesday as well.
Awesome. That's good having you. Yeah,
Always good to have you around.
I'm happy to come.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Cool, man.
Blame you. You go to the beach, man. It's that time of year. Take advantage.
That's right, man.
Ooh, get that beach
Your
ball
fan's
ready.
great. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking good, man.
Yep.
Chadeo.
All right. Well, I do a lot of beer and barbecue lately, so why don't I combine the two with some barbecue beer sauce? It's Dale's Pale Ale and barbecue sauce. It's out of Shawnee, Kansas. It's done by Rufus Teague. They focus a lot on Boulevard beers. I saw this at the grocery store. I'm like, I gotta do a review of this.
That's an actual barbecue sauce.
It's a barbecue sauce. Look, I'm gonna pop the top off, dude. It's a beer can. It's barbecue
That's
sauce.
fucking dope, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited to.
I have never seen that.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time. I'm like,
They got more of those?
oh, they got a crap ton. I could probably go up there and get a few more.
Oh.
Send them all out. Yeah.
To talk to Justin about that one.
Yeah, this is good. So I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to reviewing this. I'll probably just put it in like a little bowl and just kind of take a spoon and just describe, the barbecue sauce with the beer in it before I actually use it on some meat. So that should be coming out. I don't know, sometime soon. I'll have to get it recorded at some point. But yeah, so look out for that. Should be a lot of fun.
Nice. Cool.
Cheers.
Cool, man. Cheers, dude.
Yep.
All right. So, Beer Cheese Tuesday. How about we're going to designate a cheese. I'm going to say Gouda. Gouda, get your own beer to go with that Gouda. Let's do another Gouda. I like this Gouda. It was great. I want to try another beer with it. Or another type of Gouda, if that's okay. Unless there's a cheese that you guys already have and you don't want to spend any more money, let me know right now, and we can go with that. So,
I'm Gouda with that.
You know
if you're
what?
Gouda with Gouda.
I'm Gouda with Gouda.
You know what I haven't seen anybody else do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I love the suggestions. Let's do it.
I haven't seen anybody else do a Gloucester cheese.
Oh, I wonder if I can find anything like that.
Oh, no, if I can.
It's an English cheese.
I'll have to go to
Gloucester,
the
Gloucester.
grocery store.
That might be hard. I don't know.
Hold on, did I miss the cheese drop?
Yeah, well, I said Gouda as a general. It doesn't matter if it's smoked or regular Gouda or whatever. But he has a Gloucester there, and I don't know if I can find. Is that how you say it, Gloucester?
Yeah.
Gloucester, yeah.
Gloucester.
Gloucester.
I don't know if I can find that. We'd have to try and find it.
I don't know.
You guys haven't done truffle cheese.
You always
yet.
got the damn
Oh my
truffle
God.
cheese.
Dude, you got some good cheeses there, and I don't want you to waste them. We can do another open table again.
I'm just trying.
Well, let's go with Gouda next week.
I've always loved it.
Gouda sounds great.
Okay, that can age a little bit, so we'll go Gouda if you're all right with that. I don't want you to have to buy another $8 damn brick of cheese. But
I'm
Gouda,
I'm going smoked Gouda next time. Though.
Nice, dude. All right, we'll go Gouda. We'll do Gouda and any beer. 8 o'clock Eastern next week. Beer Cheese Tuesday, and I got to remember that. I have to look Gouda. Okay, and then Wednesday is going to be our second of. We're going to do 3 more. So this will be our half mark on the Wednesday show. Our nerd hour will be adjuncts. What did I call it? God adjuncts, yeah. God, I can't even remember. God adjuncts, another one of those. We'll do 3 more of those, and it'll be open. So 6 o'clock Eastern for that. And,
you got junk at it here.
Yeah. I'm an addict. Come here. Let's talk about it. Let's get in our circle and smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. I don't know where we're going with this. But yeah, I put up a couple of things recently, but you just look out for those. I guess they're spontaneous, like 4 in the morningers. And then the brewery is it's coming along. I'm having a hard time with some insulate. It's a different kind of insulation. It's the formula insulation. So I have to like cut it out and make sure it goes into the wires right and all this shit. So it's really driving me nuts. But other than that, that should be here soon. I hope, man. I hope within the year. So cheers to you guys. Thank you so much, chat. You guys definitely are a valuable asset to this channel and to this network. So thank you for being here and showing your support. As well as anyone from Facebook, if you're stepping in, or Twitter on my restream. And then, of course, the panel. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Appreciate it. And hopefully you'll keep coming by. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and end this, and we're out.